Good morning to one and all. Today we are going to see about electrolytes imbalance. What do you mean by electrolytes means? In our body we are having both intracellular and extracellular fluids. In that we are having cations and anions. Cations are also called as electropositive, anions are called as electronegative. In 12th standard itself, we have already gone through in the chemistry. Those who can donate is called as cations, sodium 2 plus, you can already hear. Then anions are Cl 2 minus. Like that you have already gone through in your chemistry. Like that in our body there are some electrolyte balance has to be properly maintained. Okay, so that the proper maintenance of the electrolytes only keep the cell in a viable state. Okay, so this portion is very important in case of maintaining equilibrium between acid and base as well as the viability of a cell. Okay, today we are going to see about the acid base balance. In that first one we are having a normal pH which ranges from 7.31 to 7.46. When it comes below 7 it considered as acidic. Okay, first of all we are going to say about the metabolic acidosis. In the PowerPoint I shared, in that there is a reduced retention of more amount of acids in reduced bases results in the metabolic acidosis. That means more amount of acid content are started increasing in the blood, because this fixed acids means those acids can be digested and excreted only by means of urinary system or by means of excretory system, not by means of respiratory. So that the concentration of those ions are getting increased means one of the base concentration is getting decreased. It results in metabolic acidosis. Certain metabolite end products has to be excreted after the completion of the metabolism. Those metabolic products are getting retained within the body. It results in metabolic acidosis. Okay. Then coming into the next one, there are various causes. The diabetic ketoacidosis. In that first one, diabetic acidosis, you all know that kidney is a main excretive function. And then in diabetic condition, what will happen? The kidney filtration property is getting lost, so that not able to retain certain bases or not able to excrete certain acid content. So it results in acidosis. One concentration of ion is getting increased, one concentration of ion is getting reduced. This is the main problem of the development of metabolic acidosis. Same kind we are having various acids, pyruvic acid, lactic acid, and these cycles are you have already gone through in your first year portion. All these metabolic end products has to be excreted, and there is no possibility of getting excreted outside. Means there is a stagnation of all these metabolic end products within our body itself. So it results in metabolic acidosis. Okay, what it will do? It results in severe toxemic conditions in our body. This already it has been excreted. This is a waste product. Stagnation of more amount of waste products results in toxemic condition. Okay, in case of bases, the chronic diarrhea, it results in total loss of bicarbonate ion concentration in our body. It is also resulting in increased concentration of acid content in our body. Okay, when pH level it goes beyond 7.1, it is considered as metabolic acidosis. Then coming into the clinical features, we are having a very high amount of carbon dioxide excretion has to be done in case of metabolic acidosis. So the improper functioning of the metabolic process, it results in stagnation of more amount of carbon dioxide. That is arterial partial carbon dioxide pressure has been increased. More amount of carbon dioxide tension in your blood results in not able to cells are not able to utilize the proper oxygenation from the blood. Okay, so it results in severe hair anger. Patient have a severe difficulty in respiration. It results in rapid, deep, noisy breathing. It is called as hair anger. Respiratory rate goes beyond 50 per minute. They have dry lips and brown parched tongue. And kidneys are tried to compensate that metabolic acidosis by making a sodium conservation, but it is temporary one. Once the proper cause has to be correctly identified and it has to be treated properly. Then only you can able to make the patient stable condition. Okay. Then urine becomes more acidic, pulse rate and blood pressure is getting increased massively because of the acidosis. Stagnation of toxemia results in severe toxic reactions within the body. Management, we have to make a proper concentration of both acid and base by administering the ORS, that is ringer lactate solution. Okay, that's all about the metabolic acidosis. Coming into the respiratory acidosis is less common and compared to the metabolic acidosis is mainly inadequate ventilation results in respiratory acidosis. Is purely a problem of the respiratory system. It have various patient is already suffering from various respiratory diseases like bronchopneumonia, emphysema. These terms you will see in your pathology. I cannot go further detail explaining that. Chronic bronchitis is mostly these all conditions are concerning with the alveoli and its destruction of parenchyma. Then its functional basis. These conditions. Then various crush injuries occurring in the chest region. It leads to total restriction of movement of the chest. Chest is not able to contract and relax, so that lungs cannot able to make a proper inspiration. So it can result in more amount of toxicosis within the chest itself. The oxidation is not done, so that the concentration of the carbon dioxide getting increased because of this crush injuries. Then clinical features: respiration is abnormal, restlessness, hypertension, this tachycardia, hyperpnea has been more predominant. Mostly the anesthesia patients, they are giving more amount of sedative drugs. What will happen? This abnormal relaxation of this respiratory area results in respiratory acidosis. The proper intubation of endotracheal tube with a sufficient amount of ventilation, we can make the patient comes to a normal one. Okay. Then coming into the last one, metabolic alkalosis like acidosis. This alkalosis is also important. Once when there is a concentration of alkaline content is getting increased more than above, this is also a serious toxemic condition. Not only acidic one will be the more dangerous one. Alkalosis also is a major one. Some people have taking without any prescription, taking more amount of antacids, Gelusil tablets. It can result in this kind of metabolic alkalosis. It reduces by taking such kind of things. It can reduce the concentration of acid content secretion in your body in a very deep level. Then severe vomiting conditions. Those are mountain sickness or a pregnancy conditions. They're having a repeated vomiting. Results in more amount of bicarbonate ion is lost, so it can result in metabolic acidosis, alkalosis. And then prolonged administration of cortisone. When going for treatment of endocrine disorders, it can prolonged administration of these drugs, cortisone drugs. Then hypokalemia is one of the major cause for the development of metabolic alkalosis. Hypokalemia is a reduced concentration of potassium. Some people will develop aphonia. Then due to the repeated usage of this cortisone drug, it results in tetany. That is problem which arises after the hypothyroidism. Then due to that concentration of hypokalemia, reduced concentration of hypokalemia results in irritability in the muscles. So muscles go for severe spastic conditions. You have to management is only you have to identify the cause, and we have to bring down the alkalosis by giving ammonia. It is another electrolyte which makes the alkalosis into a normal optimal level. That's all about the electrolyte imbalance chapter. Thank you.